How's it going, guys? It's Ricky Cecchini, the VP of Product at CloudRadial, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys a quick demo and overview of ServiceAI. Not too technical, just focused on what it can actually do and what it is. So here's the premise. MSPs have been operating their service desks more or less the same for, well, a long time. And what's really happening is that tickets are coming in, someone is typically manually or somewhat maybe workflow assisted sorting through them as far as dispatching and triaging. Then they get to a technician, the technician picks it up, looks through documentation, notes, does a Google search, maybe nowadays does an AI search, answers the ticket, and then the reporting is kind of what it is. And this is all historically logged in the PSA or ticketing system. So the three things I want to show you today that ServiceAI does is kind of related to through that ticket lifecycle and how it assists in various ways. And in general, ServiceAI is a tool that is built to facilitate AI readiness and show you if you are ready for AI. And whether you are or aren't, it's going to help you really get there and become as efficient as possible in AI deployment. So let's get started. Now there's a lot to look at, but the first thing I kind of usually walk through is I tell people that, again, ServiceAI is predicated on the fact that the context or the learning behind AI is really based on your data. So it's based off of your tickets, your technicians, your end users, the way you manage and kind of work with your companies, your clients. So a lot of the stuff on here is from a demo account, but it would be obviously very, very much affected by what you hook up to it. Now, let's start with that first stage where a ticket gets ingested in the first place. ServiceAI has a built-in triage feature that kind of acts as a dispatcher's best friend. So let's take a look at some of our triage tickets to take a look at how that works. Now, when a ticket hits your PSA, regardless of whether it's by email or chat or a portal or however it gets in there, ServiceAI is going to take that ticket and basically convert it to become as useful as possible. Now, in this case, the original subject was just help, not super helpful. So what it did was it looked at the description, it kind of looked at whether it was potentially a spam ticket, whether it was a duplicate, and there's other additional rules that you can do on it, which are pretty cool too. But the gist is, this is the main thing. It takes what you have available in your PSA and applies without any training or anything, the best case scenario, the best sensical thing. So in this case, it took what was a very poorly labeled ticket, identified that the actual body of the ticket was referring to a printer being kind of messed up, and then it was able to kind of put the right type and subtype on it. At the time of making this video, this triage feature is available for ConnectWise and Autotask, although we have plans to change that very soon, so check back soon if that's not one of your two PSAs that you have. Now, regardless, what it does is it applies these changes in a matter of seconds. So again, this is 13 seconds from the ticket hitting the board in this case, and we're good to go. We have dedicated videos and webinars talking specifically about how this works, but I'll show you a very brief snippet. But you do have control over how that triage works. Everything from whether you want it to run in test mode, like you're not ready for it to make changes, but you still want to kind of see and correct maybe its decisions, as well as your preferences for how it routes things or assigns things. And you've even got really awesome things like what to triage or dispatch and what not to, so you can make sure that things that come in exactly a certain way for your workflows don't get touched. So it's a super powerful feature, but why? Well, if you take a look at that ticket we looked at, really what's going to happen is this help ticket is now going to come in a much more workable state, which is going to make it faster to resolve. And in general, it's going to make the client happier because they're not going to have to explain as much and the AI will kind of fill in the gaps. So what that sets us up for is the next stage. So what about working the actual tickets themselves? Well, what ServiceAI does is, and we kind of saw this when I first flashed that dashboard, is it puts together all of the ticket data and kind of understanding of how you've been dealing with things, how you've been approaching issues. And it takes into account your documentation as to whether you have standards and processes on how to handle stuff. And even if you don't, it'll look at the web to supplement. So it's not like you have to have everything perfectly documented. So what happens is, as tickets come in and we actually see them in the PSA, the AI is going to offer a sandboxing capability, which means you can basically ask it and reference it to have it give you everything from answers to coaching to, in general, follow-up steps, which is incredibly powerful for especially kind of newer, lower level tier technicians. And we're going to take a look at how that's really helpful for even senior levels. So what'll happen is if I type a prompt, let's say my Outlook isn't working, it's starting in safe mode. what it's going to do is it's going to run through your related tickets and articles. It's going to evaluate itself based on how much material and context it has behind that. It's going to give you an answer, and it's going to basically, again, offer that kind of coaching to the technician. So you can see that besides the actual answer, you've got your communication tips to make sure they're kind of on brand, and you can obviously customize all these things to make sure it's exactly what you want and how your company wants to be perceived out by clients, giving good follow-up questions, even specific links. Now, it's too much for a quick overview demo, but you can basically control not only how this tone and this kind of coaching goes overall, you can do this client by client and even down to individual users, with the point being that when you use ServiceAI to basically assist you on generic things or even specific tickets, it's going to be able to offer the most incredibly specific advice possible and basically take the mind share of a technician and share it out so that everybody's getting smarter as they work tickets. So if you look on the right hand side, it also shows you that there's related tickets it pulled from, there's related documentation, and this is how ServiceAI can be used by technicians. Now again, for Autotask and ConnectWise, there's a little bit of a better thing, so let's take a look at that now. And here we are. So inside of ConnectWise as an example, if I click on a specific issue, doesn't really matter which one, I can have ServiceAI embedded in a pod directly. And what's going to happen is it's going to feed the ticket details directly into ServiceAI, and it's going to spit out that answer. So basically what happened is we now have something living inside of a pod that has all of the context of all of the previous tickets getting immediately fed and auto-authenticating users. And they can basically use this as a pre-trained ChatGPT, for a lack of a better term. So this is super awesome to be able to go back and forth for technicians to get those answers just like they would from a generic AI, but it's much safer because it's trained on your data and your processes and the relevant documentation that is either global or specific ones that affect this client. Now, I mentioned that it was also really interesting for senior technicians. The more senior technicians typically are, the less they need assistance with troubleshooting, but what they do like is the ability to reference past cases or just in general what we've seen before. So aside from just the sheer chat aspect of it, there are the related tickets, which are very powerful, which allow you to, again, see what's related based off of commonalities or just similar cases, as well as related knowledge base documentation and the confidence interval next to it. So instead of having technicians, again, search out, use generic AI, or have to look through tickets or look through documentation, ServiceAI is going to serve it up, kind of clean everything up and serve them the most focused thing in a conversational interface, which is very powerful and offers them a really awesome way to troubleshoot the tickets. Now, to be clear, this doesn't answer the ticket for them. It's not going to be a rogue AI. It's something that you want to improve because generally the better information you feed it at the beginning, the more context it has and the more options it has to answer with your historical data. And you do have full control over how much and how relevant the data is, so you can kind of teach it where to train from and learn from. So the related articles and tickets are super nice. So is the summary, so they can get a kind of an idea of how the ticket's going and the summary of it in general, which brings us to the scores. Now let's talk about those as well. Let's go back to the main ServiceAI area. Okay, now that we're back here. So the tickets come in, they get triaged and cleaned up, so they come in with the best, most relevant information, and they have assistance for the technicians to go through the issues. Now, whether you use that Sandbox or the pod, if it's available, or Autotask Insight, same thing more or less. That brings us to the third piece of reporting, which is what ServiceAI is doing is it brings in a bunch of stuff and it starts to report on how things are going in different ways. Now, you saw those scores pop up inside the ticket. You're seeing the scores on the screen right now. What is that? Well, we score a lot of things by RPS, or relative performance scores. And what these are are numerical identifiers that show you tangibly scores of how good things are going. Now on the home page here, I'm looking at all of my tickets and I'm seeing that on an average of 6.2 out of 10 is my note quality. The higher the note quality, the better trained the AI is and the more confident it is in answering, giving out better answers, and eventually being a really, really great candidate to put in front of clients because you've got good vetted answers. Agent RPS is basically the etiquette of technicians, and we'll cover some of the reporting that covers as well, but generally their performance dealing with your end users, and then users are your end users. That is the score of your end users, whether they are receptive, responsive, not so responsive, are they trouble users, kind of keeping tabs on all that. So as a whole, what ServiceAI does is it basically takes any piece of information and runs it through this RPS framework. so that when you first ingest tickets into it and it kind of trains on them, what's actually going to happen is it's going to take that ticket and basically look at it and say, how well can I learn from these notes? 1 to 10, right? How good did the technician do? How good did the user answer? Are they upset? Are they okay? In this case, the user didn't answer anything right now. So these are the building blocks that build that score, and we track that again by the overall desk, we track that by technician, we track that by company. The net result of that is really interesting because now you're not just solving tickets to solve tickets. You're basically looking at who puts in the best notes, who's got the most trainable data, who needs coaching. You start to unlock a lot of really interesting questions that you can only get by kind of amassing everything in one area and letting AI assist you. So practical examples to this are when we go back to that dashboard, and again, I'll do my all-time data, you get your overall scores that you can see grow over time. And we're going to see some trend analyses in a second as well. You can do things like reviewing tickets, which is super powerful for service desk managers because rather than having to look through the service desk and kind of find what tickets require their attention, they can see ones that are at risk of cancellation or maybe with low RPS scores, meaning that there's coaching opportunities or maybe disgruntled customers, all the way down to even sales opportunities for things that might make some money for you guys as MSPs. The other really cool thing is that we have a lot of MSPs that use it for technician training and coaching. Now, when we look at the actual technicians that are inside of the portal, inside of ServiceAI, it's going to do that same RPS measurement. So I like to pick on Tevin here. And as a technician, we can see how his note quality is, how his performance is, how the users he's dealing with are. So not only do we get good insights into his performance, we can even pull tangible reports that are sampled from his tickets that he's been doing to get things like performance charts to uncover and analyze areas of improvement and areas that he's really good at. So this is a really great objective way to have a technology kind of score everybody similarly, give you scores and give you tangible examples as to why he's doing the right job or the wrong job and what can be improved on. So really dialing in the coaching aspect. So this is a really powerful part of ServiceAI as well as the company profile. And on this company profile, we're able to do things like trend analysis and root cause analysis. So let's take a look at one like let's do our assurative technology one, for example. So we're able to look inside of this one customer and get kind of insights, right? When do they put the most tickets in? How are their specific scores, right? Do they have any recent tickets with low RPSs we need to be aware of? Do they have any particular trouble users? But really interestingly, people use this with AI analysis. So to be able to reference it and kind of get an overview of the core issues that are served up to this particular company during this time frame, whether that is overall, whether that's related to the products that cause the most noise for them, the most ticket volume, and is that up or down, all the way down to, again, what is the root cause of those things, even down to how are they classified. So what's really interesting is now this is taking the concept of ticketing and kind of elevating it from just SLAs and maybe just ChatGPT-ism to really give you some powerful reporting to take into business reviews to offer more value in those discussions as to what really slows organizations down. So this is awesome because, again, short of better reporting, it's also a really interesting thing for a business manager to understand and say what is plaguing us, what's slowing us down. So typically a lot more value than just, again, an SLA or tickets in, tickets out discussion. So really, really cool that you can do this across the tickets, you can do this across the technicians, you can do this across the companies, even across the entire service desk, because the AI analysis option exists at your service desk level too. So you can see not only what affects individual companies, but you as a service desk, what are the most noisy products that you support as a whole, or what is the most common cause of issues. And you can even pair that with recommendations that show you things like what you should do, whether it's updating documentation or whether it's changing a product or tweaking a process to smooth things out. So it's kind of a rolling thing that happens over time. The other really awesome thing, and kind of to cap it all off, is where you actually search for things freehand. So you don't have to necessarily live off the reports that it shows in here. What's really cool is you can actually do a global search with our Orion Assistant. Let me demonstrate that as well. So at the time of recording this video, this new version of the Orion Assistant's in beta, but it should be out soon. So let's take a look at what it can do. When I click on Ask Orion, I am prompted with a search box that can look at pretty much anything across my tickets. What's really powerful is You're not limited by pre-built prompts or anything. Any kind of data, any kind of insights you're looking for specifically, go ahead and ask and it'll fetch the information. I'll give an example here. Like, I want to know which companies submit the most tickets on Tuesday. So let's take a look at how it goes through this process and gives me an answer. First of all, it's going to go fetch that specific information and make sure that it cross-correlates that against everything we've loaded in to then give me the best, most accurate answer. And there we go. So not only do we get something that gives us the actual answer and kind of spits out the things that I want to know, but it also helps us with observations and trends. We can prod it to ask more insightful questions, more trend analysis questions, things that go beyond basic reporting and really start to help you get to the bottom of core issues and everything. So there you have it, ServiceAI in a nutshell. In a full picture from the very beginning, triaging, grabbing that ticket, and basically removing the human bottleneck entirely to assisting technicians in resolving the tickets, either through outright coaching, answer generation, or assistance in even creating AI documentation, which haven't even covered on this video. And we've also got the step to be able to analyze those trends, see how the whole operation is performing with real numbers that are benchmarked, again, historically and also in real time. This is what AI readiness looks like for a service desk. It's not replacing the team, it's definitely making sure that everybody has the best tools available for them to make their jobs more consistent, more confident, and in general, even increase client satisfaction by being able to turn things around much faster than they were before. That's ServiceAI, and I really hope you give it a look and give it a shot. Thank you so much.